My name is Julie Stewart, and I'm living in Lawrence, Kansas, where I've been for 24 years right now. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this message today. It's a message that is probably unlike a lot of stories that you might hear. The fact that I have a physical disability wasn't something that my family or my parents were aware of until I was getting close to a couple of years old and I wasn't walking. They diagnosed the condition I have as something called Werdnig-Hoffmann's disease. I actually was sitting in a room at the time when the doctors told my parents that I probably would not live past my teenage years, but somehow God had a different plan, and He's been so strong to keep me healthy and active. So even though I am using a powered wheelchair, for the last 20 plus years have been privileged to drive my own car. God gave me this vehicle back in the 1990s, and I immediately took up that privilege and enjoyed learning how to drive. I had some really specialized friends that taught me how to drive a vehicle, if you can believe it or not, with a joystick mechanism, just like what I use on the powered wheelchair. So I've been driving for approximately 20 plus years right now. I've been driving the same vehicle for that entire time. Just a few weeks ago, that vehicle decided to give it up. He had been through some trials, and we had serviced it with some really special technicians who were incredibly knowledgeable of the driving system that I used. But one Saturday night, as I was getting ready to get in and go to a meeting at my church, the driving system failed on me, and I knew that that was the last I was going to be able to drive my car. Driving might seem kind of insignificant because we're all so used to it. It's something that's kind of par for the course for most people's lives. You get to be 16 years old, you start driving, and you don't stop until you're sometimes 9 years old. My life pretty dramatically changed by the fact that I was able to drive. I was able, with that, to be able to get out. I've spent days at the lake just by myself, enjoying the calmness and the peacefulness of that. I've met people in my community that I would never have met. Being able to drive has just opened up many doors of freedom for me. Without this particular type of driving system and vehicle, I am someone who has to rely on another person to change their entire schedule to come and help me get where I need to be, whether it's to a trip to Walmart, to my dentist, or to get back and forth to church. If I had not had this, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be involved in a church fellowship like I have been. I know that people are so gracious and generous, but it is really a chore to get in and out of a vehicle without this special driving equipment for me. Transportation services are actually a challenge for me because of the types of vehicles and the rough rides that provides for me. Whenever I use those transportation services, I actually have to have someone ride along with me because the ride is rough and my body is physically jolted more than I can sustain without someone holding me in place. Having this driving system is a privilege, yes, but it's also something that has become just almost vital for my life. Being able to be active, and in turn my being able to be active contributes to my health a great deal. So I've appreciated that benefit of driving as well. It's a condition I've lived for all of my life. The fact that I could get out and drive is a pivotal point in my life, as we all experience pivotal things in our life, and that would definitely be one for me, to become all of a sudden more able to engage in my community almost like everybody else. So I'm looking forward to continuing that with the help of all my friends. As you can imagine, with a project like this, it requires a lot of money. Money is not something that's easy for a lot of us, and this particular expense is something that is a little insurmountable for me and my income. So I'm appealing to friends and you all, whomever is able to view this story and whomever God's hand might touch your heart, to help out with the expenses. It's a dollar figure that is kind of like a mountain to me, but as I've come to know, God is a mountain mover, and He works through the hands and the lives of people around me every day in really significant ways. So thank you so much for allowing me to share, and for anything that you feel led to do, to pray for this endeavor and to support it financially with any gifts that you feel led to supply. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.